Is a dry sauna better than a hot tub? And what we're gonna be talking about in this video is a dry sauna at 190 degrees Fahrenheit and a hot tub at 104 degrees Fahrenheit. This video is also sponsored by friends of mine, and that is Coldture. So I'm gonna put the link up here at the top, dmgr.co/Coldture. They have great saunas and hot tubs. So if you want any information on them, you can visit the link that'll be down in the video description as well. So we're gonna start with dry sauna. In this video, we're gonna talk about the benefits of both, and we're gonna talk about what you can get from either. So if you're on the fence about buying one for your home, if you have both, or if you go to a wellness center or gym and they have both, you can decide which one works best for you that day. So we're gonna start with the dry sauna. The benefits you get from a dry sauna that come primarily from a dry sauna at 190 degrees Fahrenheit are heat shock proteins. Heat shock proteins are the body's little repair cells that go around the body and find cells that aren't really holding up their end of the bargain, and they start cleaning them up. The stimulus for your body to produce heat shock proteins typically happen at 170 degrees. So we want to get our body into really hot air for the heat shock protein stimulus to happen. Dry saunas are also one of the most researched practices in health and wellness for a very long time. There is a ton of longevity research out showing the benefits of using a dry sauna. Dry sauna also helps with heat adaptation. So if you're somebody who's like me and you live in Florida and you're outside a lot and it's always brutally hot, using a sauna on a regular basis can help your body adapt to that heat. If you exercise outside, if you do long endurance races, using a dry sauna can help with heat adaptation, helping you to go longer, easier. Using a dry sauna also helps with sweat and detox. Both of these can happen slightly in a hot tub, but you're gonna get a much better effect sweating and letting your body actually cool itself off through evaporation in a dry sauna, and your body and skin are gonna be able to detox much easier and much better using a dry sauna. And then the last benefit of dry sauna is mental resilience. You're doing really hard things, you're staying in a really hot box of really hot air for a while. So being able to do that and fight through that creates mental resilience. So that, my friends, is the benefits of dry sauna. Now let's talk about the hot tub. Using a hot tub at 104 degrees Fahrenheit, you are gonna get a massive benefit in the area of joint relief. You're taking a lot of pressure off your joints. Being in that water removes the weight of gravity and allows your body and your joints to really relax and start focusing on circulation and recovery. Speaking of relaxation, you're also going to experience muscle relaxation when you're in a hot tub. Sitting in that water, once again, allows for buoyancy, allows for the weight of your body and the stiffness in your muscles to kind of be removed and allow you to really relax. That's why we see a lot of people get into hot tubs and immediately just assume the hot tub position and relax and chill. One benefit of a hot tub that is really interesting is you get a much faster core body temperature raise. So if you're looking for that core body temperature to rise, which there's been a lot of research and a lot of people talking about that lately, you are gonna experience a faster core heating inside the hot tub than you would inside the sauna. Doesn't necessarily mean that is better, but it is faster. Using a hot tub, you are gonna get a massive increase in your sleep support. It's very easy to fall asleep after a hot tub, and it's very easy to stay in deeper sleep after using a hot tub. And then one of the last major benefits of hot tub is accessibility. There are hot tubs everywhere. Most gyms and pools have hot tubs. Most resorts have hot tubs. Hot tubs range in a lot of different sizes, and there's extremely affordable hot tubs, and then there's obviously premium hot tubs as well. But they're very easy for people of all ages and all sizes to get in and actually enjoy. And those are the top 5 benefits to the hot tub. But when we're talking about both of these, if you have the opportunity to use both, there is benefits that come from both. One of which being increased circulation. You get increased circulation from using a hot tub or a sauna. Your heart rate increases. It mimics doing light cardio. Your stress drops with either of these. Your sleep will increase using either, even though there's a little bit easier sleep support coming in from a hot tub because of the relaxation benefits of it. And you do get a slight increase in your cardiovascular health. So in the top here, these are the benefits. Now let's drop down here and talk about some of the risks from using the dry sauna. Using a dry sauna is easy to overdo because you're in such a hot environment. It is easy to dehydrate. It can also be quite intimidating. Some people don't like the thought of going into a 190-degree sauna. So they'll drop the temperature a little bit lower and they'll lose some of the benefits that we talked about here. You can also experience dry hair. You can actually damage your hair and your skin if you're not prepared, if you stay in a little bit too long, and if you don't wear one of those awesome sauna hats. They're also pretty expensive. Now, there are entry-level saunas. A lot of people look at the infrared style saunas that you can buy on Amazon. I don't recommend those because you actually don't get any of the benefits that we talked about up here on those cheaper infrared saunas that lack heat. We're talking about dry saunas throughout this entire video. And to get a really good dry sauna can be expensive and can be intimidating. And then one of the things that you really don't get from the sauna that you get from the hot tub is the joint relief. There's no joint unloading in a sauna. You still have gravity and heat pushing in on your body, but there's no relief to your joints when using the sauna. And with all that being said, when we jump over to what are some of the downsides to using a hot tub, one of the biggest downsides to anything water related, whether it's a hot tub or a cold plunge or a pool, is water sanitation. Keeping your water sanitary, where you're able to get in that water and you're not having massive exposure to chemicals. Sometimes, especially in hot water, it's very easy to be a breeding ground for some nasty funk growing, and we definitely don't want that. Water sanitation can be a downside. You do have to maintain that water. And then a lot of people try to keep it simple and just dump a bunch of chemicals into their hot tub. If you use the hot tub at the local pool or the local gym, chances are it's heavily chlorinated. So while you're sitting in there for 10 to 15 minutes, you're also exposing your body to a massive amount of chemicals. So you're doing a good thing, but you're also doing a bad thing at the same time. It can also be easy to overheat because it's so relaxing. A lot of times people can sit down in the hot tub and stay in a little bit too long. And then when they go to get out, they can be extremely dizzy. I've seen that happen a lot, especially in the older people. There's also less to no heat shock protein stimulus coming from using the hot tub. And kind of similar to what I said, it's easy to overheat. It's also easy to overdo. It's very easy for people of all ages to get into a hot tub and sit down because there's no resistance to get in and there's a lot of resistance to get out. So it's very easy to overdo. So we want to watch out for both of these downsides, whether you're using the hot tub or whether you're using a sauna. And in the spirit of time and information, I wanted to give you as much quick information on both of these as possible without taking up a lot of your time. But I do want to categorize these. If I was looking for longevity, if longevity was the goal, that's what I was looking for, I would bring longevity over here into the sauna, dry sauna over 190 degrees. However, if I was looking for recovery, if that was my main focus and I wanted to recover from working out, recover from life, recover from stress, I would probably categorize the hot tub as a better option. If I was looking for resilience and I'm looking to train my resiliency, my ability to do hard things, that's going to pop back over here to the dry sauna. And for relaxation, I think we talked about it a lot, this would be hot tub as the winner. But now let's talk about general wellness, something that you can do for a long period of time. You can do into your 80s and 90s, and even if you end up 100 years old. Which of these would be the absolute best, I would say, for general wellness? There's a lot of research saying that dry sauna is better for general wellness and longevity, but there's a lot of research saying that hot tub is better for general wellness and longevity. So I would say both. It's a tie. If you're looking for general wellness, feel free to jump into a dry sauna. Feel free to jump into a hot tub. Both are going to give you benefits. They're going to help you live a healthier and better life. And on a personal note, I live in Florida. It's currently 100 degrees outside. We've been outside all day today, but I wanted to make this video because now that it's summer and people are starting to shop around for saunas and even hot tubs and cold plunges, people are asking, what would be a better first option? Should I get a sauna or should I get a hot tub? And though there's a lot of questions that I would ask on top of that, if it was up to me, if I could choose between a hot tub and a dry sauna, I would choose the dry sauna all day. It's something I enjoy doing. I do the dry sauna 5 to 7 days a week. It's one of my favorite things, but I also have a hot tub as well. I probably only jump in the hot tub maybe like once or twice a month, especially now as it's hot. I think in the wintertime, hot tub would be a really nice thing to have. But if I had to choose between one or the other, David's pick is gonna be the dry sauna. And I don't know if you saw the video, I did a full review of the brand new Culture Extreme Outdoor Sauna. It's incredible, it looks great, it's built incredible, it gets really, really hot. And I would definitely check that out at dmjr.co/culture. You can use my discount code, that's MAUS, M-A-U-S. It's my last name. It stacks a saving on top of whatever sale they have going on right now. So if you're interested and in the market looking for a hot tub, a sauna, a cold plunge, or red light therapy device, absolutely check out Culture after this video. And hey, I appreciate you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, concerns, or anything you want to add in on this, pop them down in the comments below. I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day, my friends, and God bless.